Here's a bonus midterm review video. An important disclaimer, this does not cover everything for the midterm, just stuff that we did not focus on. We did learn about the Age of Exploration and how the Old World came to the New World. What we did not learn is how the Dutch ended up colonizing much of the Americas. Now the English replaced the Dutch for control over much of this area. A trick to remember this is that the city of New Amsterdam was eventually changed to the city of New York. Amsterdam is a city in the Netherlands, or the Dutch, and York is a city in England, so that should help you remember. Now after the English had control, the French wanted control of this area. This led to the French and Indian War, which was the English against the French with help from the Native Americans. This cost England lots of money, even though they won, and this was just before the American Revolution, possibly one of the reasons why they lost. After the Americans defeated the English, the French were now inspired for their own revolution. They were also inspired by their Enlightenment ideals. They succeeded in overthrowing their king, King Louis XVI. In fact, the king and queen were executed in France because of it. Part of the revolution was also that the French wrote the Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen, which is very similar to our Declaration of Independence written previously. Here is a central point of theirs. You see how it embraced Enlightenment ideas of freedom and equality. Now, after the revolution, ironically, a dictator came to power, Napoleon, even though they threw over a monarch. Napoleon succeeded in conquering much of Europe, but he did have a final defeat in Waterloo. Now, off of the colonialism unit, we'll also learn about imperialism. There's different types. Economic imperialism deals with things like trade. This is when the imperial power controls the trade or other form of the economy of the colony. An example is when they force a colony to grow cash crops. So they're only making one crop in vast numbers, but then their diet can be affected negatively. Or what if that crop fails for whatever reason? Another issue with imperialism in Africa were the borders. The borders were unnaturally imposed. They didn't regard cultural boundaries. Daughter wanted to include this picture in your review. You will not be tested on it. That covers all the other material, but make sure you study all the other information that is on your study guide. Study, study, study. Once you're confident that you studied enough, then you can dance. Control, so we waited, put on a show, now we make it. Good luck, see you for midterms.